everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be covering a story that begins with a shiny rock that's formed under immense pressure and signifies eternal love. Can you guess what it is?
A diamond?
Yep, exactly. So what kind of story could there be to tell? Is it a wedding? A love story? Nope. Today's one is focused on how diamonds are one of the largest success stories in marketing. For a 1 carat diamond, that would put you behind roughly $4,000.
Was it that much?
Yeah.
Weren't that artificially produced diamonds, so I think it would be cheaper.
So I made a guess. You're going to talk about DeBeers, is it?
Oh, so on it. Yeah, but before that, let's talk about sapphire. Sapphires actually cost $700 for the same 1 carat. Even though sapphires are vastly more rare compared to diamonds.
I would say I would rather go for a sapphire because sapphires have more variation in colour than diamonds, I would guess.
And it's the rarer commodity, so it makes more sense to go for it.
The pressure and temperature required to produce it is also higher, more harsh. Right?
Yeah, everything it's just more difficult to get.
Also, it's stronger than diamond.
Perhaps not. That one not.
Okay, strength is depend on the structure itself, but how rare is it depends on like how harsh a condition it is to produce it.
Yeah.
Like for example, diamond is just essentially carbon.
It's just
Like it's the same as
compressed
pencil lead.
carbon.
You can put a ton of pencil lead in a compressor with high temperature. You'll become diamond eventually.
At some point, yeah, that's true. So why is this the case? Peculiar, huh? Well, this tale begins in 1938 when the DeBeers diamond cartel embarked on a tremendous marketing campaign. In the span of 50 years, they made it basically common knowledge that a diamond ring is the only way to propose, and if you didn't do it, you were peculiar, to say the least.
Or you weren't showing true love to your partner.
Yep, that's entirely how they did it. What's even more fascinating is this rock is intrinsically worthless, as quoted by Nicky Oppenheimer, the chairman of the DeBeers Corporation.
It was openly admitted.
Yeah,
And
quoted,
people
I think it was...
And people still buy it. I mean, after a while, the marketing is angry.
Well, I mean, if you even now, right, if you try to avoid getting a diamond ring for a wedding proposal, you would...
Most likely fail it.
Yeah, you'll face
I
rejection.
mean, it's the thought that counts, right? When people get into a relationship.
Or you can give it a try in the future, but I won't recommend it unless you sabotage yourself.
Honestly, I would probably not go for a diamond ring because I don't really believe in that kind of thing.
No wonder no wife yet.
Emotional damage.
Right, moving on.
I should take lessons from our
this is marketing at its finest. Telling a story and getting people invested in it such that they share out cash. This is relevant today, and the next story that we will talk about is the advent of marketing in the digital age. Now, with a more complete understanding of marketing, let's move on. Let's look no further than Facebook. It's been around since forever and it's free, but how does it do it? Have you ever thought about its marketing scheme?
Okay, so basically they market their idea through this central idea, if I'm right? Like it connects people.
Yeah,
I think that's your central idea.
That is, they get a lot of money from ad revenue and selling data also.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. What your idea is correct. It builds a platform where individuals can connect with each other. But how they generate revenue is from what he suggested. So, moving on. So it's been around forever and it's free, but it's not exactly free. Free here refers to the sense that we don't actually spend money to utilize this website. However, there is a cost.
It's just not money, right?
It's just not money. So here's what it does. Your search history, your interactions, your choice of words in posts. They keep track of all of it, and it creates a comprehensive profile of who you are, then they sell it.
Even if you go on incognito mode. Let's say
Incognito
you-
is not really incognito if you think about it.
If you're, the thing is, the more you're on, let's say, a Facebook platform, right, the more you post something, you've already given. What's more is there's a lot of privacy and terms conditions which normally will veil some sort of hidden intentions. It'll make it very complex to
But I
know.
mean, most people will just skip the terms and
Yeah,
conditions.
exactly. So, that's one key problem. So then they'll sell it, and per person is roughly about, maybe all your data is just roughly about $12, which is surprising, yeah?
Actually, that's more than expected. I thought they would sell personal data in bulk, actually.
But I mean, okay, if you think about it, if I paid $12 to ensure that my stuff is kept private, that doesn't seem like too bad a cost to pay, right?
But I mean, knowing Facebook, they will probably sell it at a monthly payment service. Like, keep your personal data free and private by subscribing to our protection service at $12
That's
per month.
EA, that's EA.
Yeah, boy.
That's true, that is unique. Oh, Apple is also planning to set up their monthly
Yeah.
payment service for,
Protection, eh?
no, not just for protection, to sell their product.
Facebook will do this. To unlock data protection service, pay $10. To
Yeah,
continue the service,
but
pay
They
$20.
don't need to do this. It's easier to earn money from advertising.
It is easier, but you can still create another source of revenue. I mean, Facebook, you know that even if
The thing is, this will probably disadvantage their marketing scheme currently as it is. They will damage their working relationships because advertisers want to target their marketing so that it has more likelihood to be effective. Because
I think the fact that their marketing scheme is so effective in advertisement is because they have so much data. So they
Yeah.
can make sure that every advertisement go to the one that has the most effect. That's why so many people want to use Google ads.
yeah, that is
So many people want to use Facebook ads.
Yep.
Because they can target their ads, not just to everyone, but to the person who might be the most interested in it.
well, that's a very positive way of phrasing it. The more sinister side of it is after they target you ads and they know that you're a vulnerable individual, they will target even more.
does it work?
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
consider myself.
they can check. Okay, so what will happen is they can tag, let's say Facebook, right? So the advertising company will advertise their ad. Let's say you're a respectable customer. How will they know this, right? They will connect with, let's say, retailers to track whether you actually purchase it or the
Online
companies
retailers.
themselves. Yeah. So let's say I'm buying a pair of shoes, then they will check back with the retailer who sold it. So if I actually bought the pair of shoes, this suggests that I am willing to spend more money. And this will set up a somewhat vicious cycle because I will be targeted by the same ads.
That's true. Well, that's kind of scary actually, especially if you're quite susceptible for falling for ads.
Yeah, especially so.
Like imagine you see 10 ads a day.
Sometimes it's not as complicated as that. They determine by the amount of time you spend watching it and
Oh,
if you
that's true.
click it. Like that's how Google works. So they evaluate how much time you spend watching, like for example, YouTube ads is the simplest example. So sometimes, of course, most of the time you'll skip. Right? But if you watch an ad for like an extended period of time, they'll record it. And they'll think that you're interested in this topic. And if you click it, then they'll think that you're interested in this topic also. They'll leave a record. So next time they have a higher tendency to show you such ads.
So it's more like after that 5 seconds, like if there's any further interaction after the 5
Yep.
seconds.
Yep. Okay. So with that in mind, this is still the reality that we all face. And although there have been steps by governments to restrict how the extent in which this is affecting us, it's still in the works.
I think it is really in the works because when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, precisely. Now I think probably the Singaporean government is doing decently. They've put in some questioning on the heads of the Facebook, I believe.
But I mean, we have traced together, so I don't think they should be really doing this kind of thing.
Fair enough.
For everyone who doesn't know, in Singapore, Trace Together is a system made for COVID so that we can track the Bluetooth history of our travel. Like it uses Bluetooth to see who we have
interacted with.
close contacts with, and so-called to use it for only COVID purposes. But after they announced and released this Trace Together thing and making it compulsory, the government said that they would use it to track criminal records, which was also a breach of trust and privacy, which the government quite quickly apologized for it and retracted their statement and said that they will only use it for serious police crimes. But honestly, I think after that Singaporeans don't trust the government as much after that.
Well, perhaps, but it's tough to say. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of things that are packed in this thing, but it's very hard to make a decisive statement. But I think what can be clear is clarity is normally best when operating. And I think that's something
Transparency as well.
yeah, transparency. Anyway, with that in mind, be careful how you navigate the web. Till next time, see you around.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow for post-time notifications. Bye bye.